Hi guys, welcome to another video. This is part 2 for GCSE maths percentages. So if you haven't seen part 1, I'd recommend watching that one first before you watch this one. As always, you can download these notes from the link in the description below. And if you're part of my class, you can download these from Google Classroom. Let's jump straight into it. So we got up to the extension questions. These are questions taken from AQA GCSE maths higher papers. So the first set of questions are taken from non-calculator papers. Extension question 1. 3 friends arrive at a party. Their arrival increases the number of the people at the party by 20%. In total, how many people are now at the party? 2 marks. So, okay. First thing you should ask yourself is, this percentage here, 20%, so that represents the 3 friends that came to the party. Yep. So because the party increased by 3 friends or 3 people, that is the same as the 20% increase. So in essence, if you think about it, the party increased by 3 people, let's say, and at the same time it increased by 20%. So they must mean the same thing. So that those 3 people must be the same as the 20% increase. So we can say that 20% is equal to 3 people. We want to know what 100% is. And without the calculator, you can go straight from 20 to 100 in one go. Even without the calculator, how many 20s go into 100? That's going to be exactly 5 times. So it's 5 times bigger. So if we multiply this side by 5, you'll multiply this side by 5 as well. So it's 3 times 5, which is 15 people. So there must have been 15 people in the party originally. So let's just double check what the question is asking for. In total, how many people are now at the party? Ooh, right. So don't be tempted to put 15 people as your answer. 15 people, this bit here, represents how many there were originally in the party. So now that we've got 3 more, you should have 18 people. Yep, so your answer should be 18 people. Yeah, so just be careful with that one. And again, 2 marks, don't spend ages on something like this. You don't want to waste a lot of time on this type of question. Maximum 2 minutes you should spend on this. Obviously I've spent a bit longer just by explaining things. You guys, hopefully. And you can see, there's not that much working out for this question, but you just have to be careful. Don't be tempted to put 15 as your answer. You have to put 18 people in this case, because it's asking how many are now at the party after the increase has occurred. Extension question 2, work out the percentage increase from 80 to 280. Okay, so percentage increase, I like to use the percentage change formula. So percentage change, anything to do with percentage increase or decrease or percentage profit, you might have seen similar type of questions, is technically a percentage change question. So percentage change is change over the original, and you want that as a percentage, you'll have to times that by 100. Okay, so this is the formula we're going to use. Let me just highlight that. So that change could be anything. It could be the change in number of people in the class, it could be the difference in the age of people. It could be absolutely anything. You just have to work out the difference between, in this case, 280 and 80, which is obviously 200. Again, this is without the calculator. That shouldn't be too difficult, should it? That's the change, by the way. So that's just the change that I've just worked out. Okay, so now percentage change is going to be, so 200, that's the change, over the original, well, it was originally 80, yeah, because you're changing from 80 to 280, so originally it was 80, and you want that as a percentage, you'll have to times by 100. Oh, we're gonna have to simplify this, you know, without the calculator. How should we do this? Let me see. I'll tell you what, let me do it over 1, as, you know, like how you got two fractions multiplying each other. And what I like to do is, can you see diagonally here, I've got 80 and I've got 100. What goes into those? So the biggest number that goes into those is 20. How many 20s go into 80? It goes 4 times. How many 20s go into that? 5 times. Okay. And I can simplify again. Can you see here, with the 4 and the 200? I'm going to divide this by 4. That gives me 1. Divide this by 4. I get 50. So now I could do 50 times by 5, which is, 50 times by 5 is 250. So it should be 250%. We've already got the percent sign here. So just put 250 here for your answer, and that's your final answer. Extension question 3. Billy wants to buy these tickets for a show. It's 4 adult tickets at £15 each, 2 child tickets at £10 each, 10% booking fees added to the ticket price. Okay. 3% is then added for paying by credit card. Work out the total charge for these tickets when paying by credit card. Oh, 5 marks for this. Wow. They've given us loads of space. Right, well, okay. Let's work these out step by step. So, okay, 4 lots of adult tickets, which are £15 each. That's 4 times 15, and you should know, hopefully, you can work that out in your head, is £60. 2 times 10 is £20 for the child tickets. So altogether, the normal price for these would be £80. Yep, that's the first step. Then a 10% booking fees added. Okay, well, again, remember this is without the calculator, but 10% should be dead easy. You know, 10% is just, you just divide it by 10. So 10% of that is £8. So now total is 80 plus 8, which is £88. I reckon we got about 3 marks already. And then the last bit, 3% is then added on. Just be careful, this bit here is the last thing you do. But it's 3% of £88, because now we do the 3%. So I need to work out 3% of £88 and add it on. Oh, how am I going to do that without the calculator? I need to work out 3% of this. I'll tell you what, let's work out 10% first. So 10% of 88 is, when you just divide that by 10, that gives me £8.80. Yep. And let's work out 1%. Again, just divided by 10. The decimal moves. Well, the decimal doesn't move, but the numbers move. I get 88 pence. Yep. Can you imagine the all the numbers are moving, or a quick way of doing it is the decimal point jumps this way and you get 0.88, and obviously it's in pounds. Alright, so that's 1%. So 3% will be 3 times that. I'll tell you what, let's multiply that by 3 like this. 8 3s are 24, carry the 2. 8 3s are 24 again, plus the 2 is 26, carry the 2. And that's 0 times 3 is 0, plus the 2 is 2. So I need to add on £2.64 to 88. Ooh, I'll tell you what. Yeah, you know what? It's not too bad. Just add £2 to that. That's going to give me £90, and I'll have 64 pence. So I can just write my answer: £90 and 64 pence. If you don't get this answer, and I have seen some different answers from some of my students working out, just be careful. If you don't get this answer, obviously it's not correct, and this should be pretty straightforward. You know, just do it step by step. First you've got to do this, then the 10%, then the 3% is then added on to the total. So yeah, just follow the steps exactly how it's written, and you know, you should get this answer. Extension question 4, circle calculation that decreases 250 by 15%. Ooh, right. So if it's a decrease of 15%, that means technically, let me just check each of these. That looks weird. That looks weird. Yeah, you know what? I'm leaning towards one of these, and I reckon it's this one. The reason I think that is because when you decrease something by 15%, what percentage do you have left? Well, originally you had 100%. If you remove 15%, you're left with 85%, which literally means 85 over 100, and as a decimal, that'll be 0.85. So that's why I was leaning towards these two. Yep. So when you work out 85% of the original, now that's going to be 85%, which is the same as this decimal, times 250. So it's got to be this one, definitely. Yep, 85% of the original. That's literally what that means. So yep, that's your answer. And again, 1 mark, you know, don't spend ages on something like this. Let's move on to the next section, which are the calculator extension questions. So these are taken from calculator papers, obviously, for AQA, GCSE Maths higher level. So extension question 1, Tom is tiling a wall. He needs to buy at least 100 tiles. Tiles are sold in large packs and small packs. Large pack, 40 tiles is £18. Small pack, 28 tiles is £14. So there's a special offer, 25% reduction when you buy 3 or more large packs only. Okay. Work out the cheapest cost for Tom to buy the packs of tiles he needs. 3 marks. Well, I'm assuming it's going to be the using these large packs. He only needs 100. But, you know, you do have to show, well, you don't have to, but I think it's a good idea. What would happen if you just bought the small packs? How many is he going to need? Let's see. It's going to be 4 times 28, which is, let's use our calculator, 112 tiles. Yep, so that's good enough. Any less than that would be not enough. So 4 times the 14. This is for the small packs, by the way. Let's just double check what we get for that. So that's £56. And that's for the small packs. Okay. Let's look at the large packs now. So for large packs, okay, if it's 40 tiles, I only need 100. So I'm only going to need 3 packs, isn't it? Yeah, 3 times 40 is going to give me 120 tiles. I can't get any less than that. Yeah, 2 packs won't be enough, obviously. 2 packs will only give me 80 tiles. So 3 times, that's going to be 3 times 18. Let's do that. Which is 54. Already it's a lot cheaper. So There's a 25% reduction when you buy 3 or more large packs. Okay, so yeah, we are going to buy 3 packs. So you're going to get a 25% reduction. And quick way of doing that, if it's a 25% reduction, you're going to have, technically you'll have 75% of the original. So if I work out 75% of 54, that's going to give me my answer straight away, which is £40.50. Yep, and that's going to be your answer. So yeah, that's definitely the cheapest option. Work out the cheapest cost, £40.50. Extension question 2. The cost of a ticket increases by 10% to £19.25. Work out the original cost. 3 marks. Right, so hopefully you've noticed when it's talking about the original cost, then instantly you should think of reverse percentage. What was it originally? So I've marked quite a few answers to this in a recent mock that I did. Quite a few people got this wrong. You know, just be careful. It's not 10% of this and take it away. What's actually happened in this question? They had a ticket which we don't know the price of originally, because that's what it's asking for. They worked out 10% of the original, which we don't know, and they added it on, and it cost £19.25. So you can't just do 10% of this and take it away. It's not the same thing. It was 10% of the original and added on to the original. So don't fall into that trap of working out 10% of this and taking it away, because I've seen it so many times. It's 3 marks down the drain. So what percentage have you actually got? That's what you should ask yourself. Yeah, so if it's increased by 10%, if it was originally 100%, we've now got 110%. So 110% of the original is equal to £19.25. We want 100% of the original, what it was originally. So how do you get from this to this? Well, I do a step in between. I like to work out 1% first. So to get from 110 to 1, I'll have to divide by 110. Yeah, I'll have to do the same to this side as well. So let's work that on the calculator. 19.25 divided by 110. Okay, I get a weird decimal, but don't let that put you off. It's still going to be in pounds, obviously, because it's the same units on this side. And I get 0.175. Okay. Well, we don't want 1%, we want 100%. So to get from 1 to 100, you'll have to times by 100. Yeah, let's do the same to this side. And that's going to give me 17.5, and obviously in pounds that's going to be £17.50. So originally it must cost £17.50, and that's your answer. If you don't get this answer, if you get something else, get £17 something else or £19 whatever, you're completely wrong. You won't get anything for that. You won't get a single mark. So just be careful with these type of questions. I've seen them quite a few times. They do come up. You know, always ask yourself, what percentage have you actually got of the original, and then go from there. Extension question 3, part A says, show that A% of B is equal to B% of A for 1 mark. Well, okay. Well, percent literally means out of 100. So A% of B, well, we write like this, don't we, when we say percentage of something is equal to I'll tell you what, let's simplify this. You know, when you simplify something like this, you'll get AB over 100. Yeah. Let's do the same to the other side. B percent of A. That's going to be the same, isn't it? That's going to simplify to... Okay, I'm going to write it in the same order. You know, instead of writing BA, I'm going to write AB instead. You know, it still means the same thing. Over 100. And you'll notice that they both mean the same thing. So therefore, they are both the same. Yeah, and you've proved it. So again, you don't need to go crazy in this question. It's only 1 mark. You don't need to do a massive amount of working out and you know, overcomplicate things. You know, just show, as long as you can show this side is the same as this side, you know, that's the main thing. Yeah, that's what they're looking for. There's a part B as well. Let's have a look. So part B says, Rosie says 160% of 40 is equal to 140% of 60 because 8% of B is equal... No, she's not correct. No, that's not right. Because 160% of 40, it's not going to be the same as that. Give a reason. Okay, I'll give you a reason why. Let's work it out. You know, let's just work out what is 160% of 40. Let's work that out. It's not going to be the same as that, I'm telling you right now. Let's work it out though. 160% times by 40. That's equal to 64. Okay. Now let's work out 140% of 60. Let's work that out on the calculator. That's 84. So clearly they're not the same thing. They're not, you don't get the same answer for both. So is she correct? No. So you should tick that box. And there's your reason. Because we just proved it. That's equal to 64 and that's equal to 84. So they're not the same thing. That's all it is, to be honest. Yeah. Extension question 4. What is 50 as a percentage of 20? Circle your answer. Okay, well, 50 as a percentage of 20. When it says of 20, it's out of 20. So you have to write it in this order. Not necessarily the other way around. It's not necessarily going to be 20 over 50. It's not always the case where it's the smaller number on the top and the bigger number at the bottom. It's not always the case. Always look what it's out of in the question. And in this case, it's out of 20. You want that as a percentage, or you want any fraction as a percentage, you just times by 100. Let's stick that in the calculator. That's 250, which is that one. Yeah, again, don't fall into that trap of writing this fraction the other way around. You know, it's a very, very common mistake. Extension question 5. When you earn money, you pay income tax. The amount you pay depends on how much you earn that year. You pay 0% on the first 12,500 you earn, 20% on the next 37,500 you earn, 40% on the next 112,500 you earn. 1 year, Kim paid £9,260 income tax. Work out how much she earned that year. 4 marks for this. Yeah, okay. So, let's break this down. So 0% on the first 12,500. Okay, so that's not taxed. So the first £12,500, that's not taxed at all. Then 20% on the next £37,500. So wait a minute, what is 20% of this then? That should give us a bit of a clue. If we work out 20% of 20% of 37,500. Well, that's the same as 20% of the amount. Okay, let's work that on the calculator. Let's see what we get. 20% of that. Oh, so already this much tax. Okay, well, the total tax that she paid was this much, 9,260. So already we've got £7,500 tax. So the rest, you know, if we do the 9,260 take away this, that's got to be the next 40% that was that she got taxed on. So let's work out the rest. So that's 9,260. Take away this, gives you 1,000 £760 tax. So this one was taxed at 20%. This is the 40% tax. Okay, so 40% of something, so 40% of something equals this amount. So I'm going to use a little bit of reverse percentage for this. You know why? Because 40% of something equals this amount. So 40% of the original equals this £1,760. I want to work out 100% of the original. So I want to get from 40% to 100%. Let's work out 1% first. So to get from 40 to that, I'll have to divide by 40. Same this side as well. Let's do that in the calculator. That's 44. So 100% is going to be that times by 100, which is 4,400. So this must be what she earned extra, which was taxed at 40%. Right, so we should have all the amounts now that she got taxed for. So she didn't get taxed on the first £12,500. So she definitely earned that much. Then she got taxed on 20% on this much, 37,500. So that needs to be added on. And then 40% of this amount right here, £4,400. She got taxed on that. So we'll have to add, so the total salary. So the first 12,500, she doesn't get taxed at all. She got taxed on the next 37,500, so she definitely earned that as well. Yeah, and she got taxed 40% on this. That was left over, the £4,400. So if you add up all these, this should give us our final answer. We get £54,400. Yep, that's her salary. Yep, so that was the last one. Hope you found that useful, and if you did, don't forget to press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Do tell your colleagues, your workmates, your classmates about my channel as well. I do appreciate your feedback. You know, do leave me a comment as well. If there's anything that you didn't like, please let me know, and hopefully I can change and you know, bring more content to you guys And yeah, thank you, and I shall see you in the next video.